This is Combat Sports Talk After the Bell. My name is Ryan Smith, and we are here with John Keys and George G Money Stallworth. This is just kind of a little bit of an extra. We had some things that we want to talk about, but wanted to go on kind of off the record. This is not the PG-13. This is real men having conversations. So be
You will
prepared.
get cussed out.
Be prepared. The gloves are off. We are bare knuckle time. All right, here you go. Who wants to start?
I'll start. Let me get my shit out the way. Okay, so I jacked up. Okay, I said Jean-Claude Van Damme had like 140 some odd record. I was wrong. It was his kickboxing record his professional kickboxing was 18-1. However, his amateur record, which everybody was looking for, was 44-4. The dude is still legit. I do not want to get kicked in the head by this guy, even though he's 5'11", something like that.
It was short, something short like that.
Yeah.
How tall are you, George? Yeah, he's muted.
Yeah.
He didn't even want to say.
Muted. You're muted. We couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
After the bell, I am a small 5'9", but I kick like I'm 6'7".
And we believe that.
Yeah, I don't want to. You want some of this? No. Did you hear about John? Was it Dan Hooker? The fighter who just fought
Dan
Dustin
Hooker.
Poirier. Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
So there's it wasn't. It's Paul Felder. Paul Felder. Sorry, not Dan Hooker. Paul Felder. So there's a guy on Twitter that was talking smack to Paul Felder and was like, Paul Felder needs to just stay in the in the commentator booth. You do that better anyway. And so Paul Felder was like, really? This is a response on Twitter. Really? Would you care to say that to my face? And the guy responds, no, you'd beat my ass. That's why I said it on Twitter.
Speaking of Dan Hooker and Dustin Poirier, so I don't know if you guys realized it, but Gilbert Burns, who tested positive for COVID-19, and as a result got pulled from his most recent fight with Kamaru at 170, his last loss was to Dan Hooker.
Oh.
Hooker hooked him up.
Woo.
Hooker put them things on him. He's shutting down.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
For real.
So y'all did hear about if George or Jorge Masvidal said that when he wins the belt, that the first person he had two people in mind to offer up the first challenge to. First challenge was Nate Diaz.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that rematch.
Yeah. That's an easy
Nate
fight.
or Nick? Nate or Nick?
No,
He wants to rematch.
Nate.
Okay.
He hasn't fought Nick yet.
Yeah,
Nick wants to fight him.
That's an easy fight though.
Is that though? Do you think it'll be an easy fight?
Oh man, the first fight wasn't even close. I mean,
And Diaz just doesn't make adjustments in between fights.
He does not. That is true. They fight one way and
Yeah.
one way only.
and who was the other one?
He didn't say who the other one was,
Oh,
but
it's
he
Kobe.
made it a point
It's Kobe.
to. I bet it would be Kobe just to whoop him down, just to really whoop him down. That could be the next John Jones DC matchup right there. It's Kobe and Jorge.
Mm.
The bromance there. It's like,
All right. So what else we talking about, George? I know you want to talk about some of the other things that we didn't cover on the run sheet.
So, yeah, what's up with your boy John Jones out here doing all this community service type work and things like that off of the courtroom's docket? Like, so recently I just saw a picture of him today or yesterday on Twitter or some other social media outlet where he is giving water to some homeless man that's passed out on the grass somewhere. And
it's called making himself look good because he wants to clean up his image for something.
I'm gonna need him to stop doing that because it's making him look worse. It looks like you're reaching for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Like,
because
you know
he
what?
is reaching.
Okay. I don't know, man. I just, John, who are your PR people? Like, what are they telling you to do? Because I'm sure they're not telling you to do this.
He doesn't have PR people. Like, you know how you were saying Anthony Johnson, like you would coach him.
Yeah.
John Jones, come at me. I can do your PR. I can help you. I can help you clean up your image, and I can help you win a Twitter beef. Okay.
He doesn't need to clean up his image, though. I do like him as the bad guy, kind of.
I do too. I kind of enjoy this.
I'm for real. I kind of do.
It feels like that's his more natural state, is to be an asshole, and I'm okay with him being an asshole. All right, it's like finally this is the John Jones that was hidden, and he's just airing it out, and
Dude,
he gives zero.
The time
fucks.
when he called DC out and he was like, "Hey, pussy, you still there?" And DC said, "Yeah, I'm here." Dude, that ended it for me right there. Like,
Rashad Evans said from the jump, right, that
Yeah.
John Jones, you're fake, you're pretending to be this good guy, and you're not. I mean, this is something that has been known to us as fans in the MMA world for a very long time, that John Jones wasn't the choir boy that he tried to make himself out to be.
But because for two reasons, we thought that Rashad Evans was being a bitter old man, okay, and that he was getting. I thought this is what I thought.
Yeah,
I thought he was being bitter old man.
Are we speaking French?
Okay, so because you saw it all the way through the first time. Okay,
Look,
I don't think.
One
think
thing
he
I
had
can
a
say
lot of
is
people.
I can go back to the archives and we can go back to that particular fight on Combat Sports Talk when we talked about it. We can do that.
I think we can. I think we need to. I think we really need to. But I mean, it was just like, it wasn't until I had my feelings about it, because it's just something about him that just didn't seem right. And then when we saw that footage, it was just like, oh, that's what it is. He's a dick. Okay, he is really that dude. So,
Yep.
Yeah, I'm happy. Keep him, be a villain. You can still be, hand out a little water. I mean, I don't want you like pour water over somebody, like drink or something like that. Still hand it out, but don't be forced about it. Just do your thing.
Yeah, you could be a villain, but you don't have to go and like make people do push-ups for money and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do. Depends on how much money.
Oh wait,
you got $10,000.
That's what Habib did. Sorry.
Yeah. If you got $10,000, you can do 10 push-ups, homie. Okay, you gotta do 10. That's evil. I mean, because, really, because really and truly, the way I feel about what John Jones is doing is he is showing his exploits. Really good people, and I know quite a few people who do unsavory things, but they do a lot of good deeds. They don't let anybody know about the good deeds they do. They just go do it.
Unless he's got another motive for showing his good deeds, hoping maybe he'll inspire someone else to do good deeds.
I think what he's trying to do, he's trying to clean up his act, because of the fight that him and Dana are having right now. And that the more good that he shows, like, man, I've been doing all this good stuff for my town. What's Dana been doing?
Dana did call him out not too long ago and said, "Hey, I don't need to make John Jones look bad at all."
Exactly. I think that's the point around about the time he started cleaning himself up. So I do believe this is a ploy, because he's saying so he can take away all the ammunition that Dana has, because he could be like, I've redeemed myself, I'm better now. No, you're still John Jones.
The only way you redeem yourself in the UFC is by winning in the ring. John Jones needs to get back in the ring. He needs to go and cut somebody up, beat somebody up, do it in spectacular fashion like he used to do, and Dana White's your fanboy again. I mean, that's how it works. Doesn't matter what he does, good or bad, outside the octagon. It's what he does in the octagon and whether or not he's entertaining and spectacular enough to be able to do it. And if he does that and just sticks to beating people up in a circle that has 8 sides, then Dana White will bend over backwards, because it's all about money at that point.
Yeah,
he couldn't care less.
Yeah, you got a point.
So, all right, that's all I got, man.
All right.
Question for you guys: did y'all realize that the last UFC event back on the 27th, that the Apex would have actually taken place in Austin, Texas, if not for COVID?
Really?
It was originally scheduled to
I
be.
did not realize that. Would we have road tripped? Would we have done it?
Probably not. But what I'm thinking is we would have seen more Texas fighters, definitely on the prelim card and on the main card. Like,
so last week we were talking about
Jeff Neal.
which fighter were we saying that was fighting here that
Jeff Neal.
Jeff Neal. I know where he's at. Yeah. I know where he's at. I know he's
You
training.
went to the restaurant?
Oh no, I didn't go to the restaurant. I'm not that brave or nor stupid. But he's not training in Fortis, but
Yeah,
he's training. I thought we're talking about a fighter trained out in Arlington because
Jeff Neal trains out of Fortis.
okay, so then it's a different fighter we were talking about that trains
out in
at
Arlington
Kalechi.
is Trailblazer, Kevin Holland.
Oh, Kevin Holland.
I didn't know he's.
It might be it's Fort Worth or Arlington. I'm not sure which one, but he trains with Coach D. I can't remember his name right off the gate, but he's out that way.
Wow.
Well, it was one that KC was telling us about. I have to wait till KC gets back, but I think I know where it is because there's an old school UFC fighter that owns that gym out there, like UFC 1 fighter. And I was like, wow, I did not know he was that close. But if he's training anywhere, it's gonna be there. So I have to wait till KC gets back, and we'll ask him.
So let me just get this straight.
Remember the name.
The fighter that we were talking about, who we can't remember, trains at a place where we're not quite sure where it is, under somebody that we don't really know who it is.
Okay, you know what? All right. You know what?
It must be 12 o'clock.
You know what? I got you right here, buddy.
And he told me I was on my dark side stuff tonight.
Yeah, I know, right? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you chucked to death there. Pat, what was his name? Oh God, Patrick. Yes, Patrick Smith. Pat the Headhunter Smith. If you go back to UFC 1, he came in as a Taekwondo fighter, if I remember correctly. And he has older videos of him where he literally gets up on the mat. I think he like broke a brick and then proceeded to do a roundhouse kick and knock somebody straight out as the match started. And everybody was upset. So dude's crazy. Anyway, that's Arlington MMA. That's where he is.
Okay.
Pat the Headhunter Smith?
Yes.
Who died on June 18th, 2019?
No, he says he's right here.
Okay.
It says Coach Win with UFC legend Pat Headhunter Smith. Give me this link. All right, let me get this link. And people, I'm
just on. Maybe I have the wrong guy. Oh wait, no. Patrick Smith was an American kickboxer and mixed martial artist. He started his mixed martial arts career by participating in the first 2 Ultimate Fighting Championship events.
Yes.
June 18th, 2019. They haven't updated that website then.
Oh, man. That's cold-blooded in the game.
I think the guy you're talking about is someone else, and I can't remember his name right offhand right now either.
No, that's the guy.
Know he's recently opened up a gym here in the Dallas area. I don't think he's in Fort Worth or Arlington, though. I'll try to come back at you next after the bell with that. But I know who you're talking about. And he just recently opened up a gym here.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. Wait a minute.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's him.
I'm so glad we did this one.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So anyway, on to the next little bit of info or stuff for after the bell.
Okay.
Your boy Daniel Cormier is lined up for 252.
Yes. Stipe Miocic.
That's going to be a good one. They don't even have anybody else set for that fight yet, man. There's nobody else on that card that I know of just yet.
That's all that matters. That's what everybody wants to see. Just get it over with. Mm-hmm. Just do a half-hour show. There you go. 5 minutes of prep, 25 minutes of fight. There you go, people. Good night.
I mean, yeah, everybody wants to see that fight.
Who else is coming up here soon? The Joseph Benavidez and what's his name? Figueiredo fight is coming back up again for the 125 belt.
They do have fights on that card. I'm looking at Bloody Elbow from July 6th. That's today. And what they said is, here's a look at the card as it stands now. Of course, they got Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier. They got Junior Dos Santos versus Lorenzo Rosenstruck.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh.
They got Lavia Renata Souza versus Ashley Yoder. I don't know them. Magomed Ankalev versus what is it?
Say that
Ion
again for me.
Kutalabra.
Magalad who?
Magomed Ankalev. It's not someone I know. He's fighting Ion Kutalabra. You got
Okay.
Felice Herrig on that card.
Ooh, sexy.
And the one that just got announced, which I didn't put on the run sheet, Greg Hardy versus Khalil Roundtree Jr. is on that card.
Mm. I would like to see that. I want to see Khalil's Muay Thai again.
Yeah, that's not going to be a fight that lasts long at all.
All right.
So it's going to be a great card, 252. It's not that far away either. I mean, that's the great part about it. So
what is it? August the 8th?
August 15th at the
August
Apex.
15th.
So that's going to be in a smaller ring too. Those heavyweights are not going to be able to run.
Exactly. I think they should really make the Apex ring the standard ring. Shorten it up. I mean, seriously, we want them. Hey, if you want them to engage, let's put it out there. When they do events at the Apex, we've seen some really exciting stuff, and I don't think that's a coincidence. I think it does have to deal with the fact that they got a smaller ring to run around in,
and no crowd. Like literally, when you pop somebody, you're like, "Oh, I hurt him." Like immediately.
I agree.
So
and plus, we get to hear all the interesting conversations.
It pulls your want to finish instincts.
I've been having conversations on other groups about the empty arenas, and
you've been cheating on us.
I know, right?
A
little bit.
You've been cheating on us.
Listen,
you are not a faithful girlfriend.
All I got is
wait a minute.
No, I'm not. At the minimum, I would have to be the boyfriend. But anyway,
wait, what?
But
it's after midnight. I know this.
But what I'm seeing from the fans is that there is a lot of people who are saying that they actually prefer the empty arenas because they like being able to hear what's going on in the action from the coaches, from the fighters talking back and forth, and the fighters hearing the commentators as the fight is going on and making adjustments. I mean, I like it like that.
Mike Perry spoke about it. He said he heard, I forget who was calling his fights, but he said he heard different comments or whatever coming from everywhere else, and like he started listening to the other corner and countering what the other corner was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, I'm good with that. I'm really good with that. So I think I called it.
All right.
Go ahead. Coming back to the cage sometime soon here is your boy Alexander Gustafsson, and he is fighting Fabricio Verdum at heavyweight. Y'all, you heard of this, yeah?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I don't think it's going to be pretty for Alexander Gustafsson. I hope he sticks with it.
Whoa, wow.
And the only reason why is because we have seen it time and time again, more often than not, when the fighter moves up from a lighter weight class to a heavyweight class, there is a adjustment period that has to take place, and it's not and in the octagon in a live fire exercise is not where you want to realize that these heavyweights are bigger and stronger and just as fast as you are.
Well, I'd like to think that he's been training at a heavier weight. I would like to think that,
but it's not a live fire exercise. Those, those are going Marty speed, man. 30%. Those punches.
Oh wow!
But once you get into the ring, then it's like,
105%.
It's 105%. And Fabricio Verdum is a special case because if the fight goes to the ground, you don't have a better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter than Fabricio Verdum. I don't think that Alexander
to finish you every opportunity he gets.
Yes.
I don't see Alexander Gustafsson being able to do very much once you take him to the ground. I mean, we saw what happened when John Jones took him to the ground.
Yeah, that is true. But
once
again, John Jones is a type of fighter he causes evolution. He's just a revolutionary fighter.
Man, he's
He is
like
a
Jesse
genetic
Jackson.
he is a genetic freak. He's a genetic anomaly. He does things that, how we talked about Anderson Spider Silva is how we're talking about John Jones. He just does things and it's like, wow. You didn't imagine that bony man has that much power until you see him deadlifting like 500 plus pounds. And it's just like, oh, wait a minute. People have said it that when he grabs you, you're like, wait a minute, okay, don't grab me like that. And
So speaking of fighters doing spectacular things,
mhm.
Lil Nog is returning to the ring.
Still fighting.
And Tony, I'm just saying, he hasn't fought in over a year now. I think his last fight was like back in May.
Who's he fighting?
And he's squared up against Mauricio Hua.
Shogun Huga. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's old pride fight right there.
I'm in it. I'm into it for the legacy of what this fight represents, but I don't in any way expect this to be an entertaining fight because these fighters are both old. They have been in this career for a very long time.
Does this make
Lil Nog is 44 years old.
Yeah, this makes a case for a Masters division all over again, dude.
I just don't see this being an exciting fight. But I'm
Speaking
happy
of
about
the
it.
Masters division, have y'all seen the new pictures of
Mike Tyson,
your boy?
Vitor Belfort.
Special V. Yes.
Vitor Belfort.
You hear what I call him?
Yes.
Special V.
Oh, because
Is he back on that stuff again?
he has to be.
Yes. He is on that sauce.
Oh man.
He's on all the sauces.
Mhm.
He's on the Brazilian sauce. He's on the Mexican supplement sauce. He's on the sauce
Yakuza
from
strain.
Kyrgyzstan.
Okay.
He got that COVID strain sauce.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
He is on all the sauces.
He is looking ripped.
He's looking like he's on that Charlie Sheen. Let's see.
He's on that tiger blood.
That's gonna be a good fight. Like I am excited about that fight. Vitor Belfort versus what's his name? Nagant.
Whoa.
Who's he fighting? What's his name?
I don't remember, but I just know he's fighting.
Nagani. What's his name?
Come on, Vitor.
You see it?
Yeah, man. I don't think I've ever had. Okay, you know what?
Alan.
I just tell you, he's addicted right there. That's an addiction.
Alain Galani.
Okay.
That's who he's fighting. If you look at the guy he's fighting, you could be like, oh, well, Vitor, you need to do some more crunches, man.
Mm.
Even his hair looks like it's on steroids, man. What the?
But look who he's fighting, and tell me if you wouldn't want to get every little advantage you needed.
Well, when oh my God, and they show a picture of him right below, he needs a gun. Okay, that's what you have. You come to the ring with a stun gun or something, and you hit him with about a couple thousand volts. All right, and then you jump on him.
Wow.
Because dude is huge.
Today is Vitor Belfort's opponent, Pierre Alain Galani's birthday.
Oh wow.
And if I'm not mistaken, what weight class are they fighting at?
Heavyweight.
Does it say? Yes. So Vitor has fought at heavyweight, light heavyweight, and at middleweight. Like, ooh, wee man.
He's trying to do a Randy Couture. Look at him.
That body is going to be well used when they put it into the ground. Let me just say.
Put in the ground. You mean over to? They're gonna use him for a mannequin afterwards. That's
It's going to be like a Twinkie, man. I think it's going to
No.
survive a nuclear attack.
What they're gonna say is we can rebuild him.
All right, gentlemen. That's that. I'm good.
Are we done?
Now.
Are we
We're
good?
done. We're good.
We good.
All
All right.
right.
Let me sign off here. I got a few things I want to say to you before y'all leave. All right. Well, this has been another Combat Sports Talk After the Bell. This is Ryan Smith, George G. Money Stallworth, and John Keys signing off. We'll catch you guys next week.